Okay, so welcome back. Let's see here. Okay, so in Illustrator, Illustrator has a lot of the same tools that Photoshop has. So the first one, let's start with our very last tool, which is our zoom tool, which zooms in. And if you hold down Option, it will zoom out. Of course, we have our hand tool, which moves things around. And remember, the keyboard shortcut is Command plus to zoom in, Command minus to zoom back out. And then if you just like hold the space bar, you can access that hand button, and then when you release the space bar, you'll go back to whatever tool you were using before. So that's super useful. And then, of course, we have our general selection tool, which just allows you to select things on your artboard and move them around, right? So I'm going to skip all of these tools at the top up here, and I'm going to go straight to this shape tool. So this is the rectangle tool. So if we draw a rectangle here, we can see that there's a rectangle. The fill, which is the inside space, is white, and the outline is black, which is the stroke, right? So if we want to change that color, we can just double click on the color. And we're just going to make the fill red. And then we can also change the color of the stroke. And then if we look over here, or if you have reset to Essentials Classic up here, you can change the weight of the stroke. So if I change it to like 4 points instead of 1 point, then you can clearly see it. Now, this draws a rectangle, but if I hold down Shift, I can draw a perfect square. All right, so and let's change the fill using this up here and the stroke using this up here as well, so that you see, this is these are just swatches now, right? So that there's a little bit more of a limited option if we do it this way. Great. Okay, underneath the rectangle tool, there is the rounded rectangle tool and the ellipse tool. So I'm going to skip the rounded rectangle tool, but you guys can play with that on your own. Here is the ellipse tool, and I'm just doing the same stuff over and over again. I think it's kind of fun to play around with what your options are. And of course, just like you were able to draw a square, if you hold down Shift, you'll be able to draw a perfect circle. So, no, we already did red. Let's do that. And yellow? Is that crazy? It's a little crazy. Okay. All right. Now let's get to our polygon. So you guys know what a polygon is. It's just a shape with flat sides, right? And let's see. So we can change the inside to this baby blue, and maybe the outside will make, I don't know, peach. Okay. And when you're working with a polygon, if you before you release, so you can see that my mouse is still holding the shape. I have not released my mouse yet. So before you release your mouse, you can either press the up arrow on your keyboard to add sides, or you can press the down arrow on your keyboard to delete sides. So like if you wanted to make a triangle, then you could easily do that with the polygon tool. Oh, that's like the same color, isn't it? It's like a weird chartreuse inside green. Okay, cool. All right. And then last of all, we have our star tool. And so we can draw out a star. And just like with the polygon tool, if you draw out a star, if you pull out a star and you don't release it with your mouse, you just keep holding on to it. You can press the up arrow or the down arrow to add or delete star points. So like the points of the star. So if you want to make like a sun or something, you can do that. All right. And those are basically, oh, we already have that color. Let's make the inside yellow and the outside like gray. No, that's still the inside, sorry. And then the outside, the stroke like a gray. Okay, fine. All right. And then, of course, if I want to, I'm just going to go back to my standard selection tool, my move tool, and I just want to like stack these shapes on top of each other because I'm going to show you how to rearrange the stacking of these shapes without using layers, okay? So as you notice, we have not used our layers panel just yet. And all of these shapes are stacked in the order that we created them. So if we want to change the order of the stack, all we have to do is select the shape that we want to reorder just by left clicking. And then if we just right click or control click, you can bring up this menu. And one of the options is arrange. So we have the option to bring the shape all the way to the top of the stack, to the front of the stack. We can bring it forward one step in the stack. We can send it backward one step in the stack, or we can send it all the way to the back of the stack. So I'm just going to bring it forward like one step so you can see it's now on top of the circle, whereas it wasn't before. So if we do that, if we do that again, then arrange, bring forward, and now it's on top of the brown circle, right? And then if we were to bloop, arrange, send it all the way to the back, it would be underneath everything, right? So now it's underneath everything. And then if we were to right click and bring to the front, then it would be on top of everything. So you see how to rearrange all of these shapes, and you can just select the different shapes and rearrange them all you want.